Molen, Teen Jun. Hi everyone, this is your Jee Sifu right here. It's nice to see you back here again and welcome to another open tempo session. Now this topic is related to the one we talked about yesterday, which is about Teen Ting, the Celestial Court. I am sure a lot of people who watched that episode will be still having a lot of questions because you want a more direct answer, right? You want the truth. You want to know what it is really about in my stuff, not just about that's how it is in a pattern and everyone can have a teen ting too, not like that kind of bullshit. Okay, I know. Okay, so this lesson we're gonna talk about the real thing, the magic side. Okay, so I expect that you're here and you have an open mind, so I'm gonna tell you that, but beware, okay? It's not something that anyone can just like, oh, cool, I understand. It's not like that, okay? So the actual teen thing is very, very complex. But if I pretend or like just treat it like you will accept anything I say and I'm not going to really have to like convince you, okay? Then here is the truth. The truth is, how do I say it? Huh. Okay, so let me go back one step. Okay, go back. Okay, the truth is, okay, there is a source of power for our lineage, which you can say that like your Tao or what we inside the lineage we call that 轴系, okay? 轴系 is like where the power that was created from, whatever you want to call that. Okay, so basically it's like where our source of power is. And yes, there are gods and deities, but in order to understand these, you need to like really be in the lineage for a while in order to get it. But the main thing is like as a metaphor, you can get it as like, okay, let's say there is a person, okay, a person far, 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 far away in another world, and you call that your god, okay? So let's say that, okay? Now he wants to give you the power, but you can't just like always call him and get the power, right? So how do you do it? Like how do you get his power? I mean, look, he want to pass on his power to you, but you also have like for this person also have other people who need the power. So if everyone like just dial the number and give this person a call up there, then this person will be like extremely busy and it's impossible to deal with so many things like that. So in order to actually get this to work, okay, this person up there, which you call 轴系 or whatever, okay, will have to put his stuff into a location. This location is between his side and your side, and it's like in the middle of the pathway. Okay, so we call that the headquarter or the Teen Ting, the Celestial Court. Now, in here, there are lots of like it's like an office. Okay, so you have all the powers, resources, you have all the rules and regulation and everything set up. So this person above said, okay, I am gonna pass all that authority and like authorize you, okay, to deal with this teen thing. You can put things in, you can take things out, you can work with it, and such. Everything is yours, okay? Whatever I want to give you or I want to like deliver to you, I'll put it here, okay? Now, whatever you want to give me, you can also put it there, okay? It's like that. That's like our middle ground. So this teen thing then start to become like a non-physical headquarter office, something like that. Now, whenever you need help and such, you can just ask for help from here. And yeah, here, okay, you will have like different powers, things, gods and deities, okay? They're ready to help you, okay, right there. It's all like these things are not just there. It is there because someone else from the top put the stuff here for you right down there. Okay. So if there's not a like someone above, you'll even have a teen tank, right? So okay, this thing become the headquarters, the office, the thing that linked to the human side. Okay, so whenever you need help, you can like write a fu or something, and it's basically like requesting the help from here, this headquarters, this teen tank. We are requesting help directly from there, and yeah, so on. So any fu, okay, that we make the fu, it's basically like a ticket that you submit to the teen tank right here and ask for help. That's what you're doing with the fu. Okay, the fu is a ticket of help, like sending the help to teen tank and getting the power, the whatever, to help us do that job. Okay, so basically that's the main concept of teen tank in the magic side. Okay, the magic side. Someone ordained into the lineage, someone get initiated into the lineage, they will also be recorded into the teen tank as well. And that also means, okay, if this person later on, they just decided to turn against the lineage or whatever, well, the teen tank knows, and it's like, okay, the court knows, and we can do things to you, like you want to betray us and like harm the lineage, of course you'll be kicked like that. And basically that like how the teen thing works. So how does it relate to what our topic is about, which is open altar? Now the teen tank is high above and it's like far away. So if you want to call the teen tank power over, you need to do a lot of stuff on your local in order to invoke the gods over, which we call Changsan. Okay. Now not digging into that part yet, but before we actually dig into the Changsan, we have to talk about what is the opening altar. Open the altar. So that like usually before we use the altar to do whatever, we need to like open the altar. Open, okay? It's like you open the stove and turn it on and fire burns. So how do we actually open the altar and what's the point? But when you open the altar, you're opening the altar connection channel to the teen tank. Okay, so at least the local, all the gods and deities in the local are ready to work. And number two is they are also ready to connect, connect to the teen tank and ask for help. Okay, so before we do anything, we go to the altar. Like before we actually start a ceremony, we always will open the altar first. If you don't open the altar, it's like you don't turn on your computer and you start typing. That like a waste of time, right? So yeah, basically turning on your computer is like how you turn on the altar. It's very simple. But once you did like open the altar, you're giving all the powers in the local. Like you let them know what you want to do, what you need help with, and everyone is ready. Okay, it's like before you actually like do stuff, you have to prepare stuff. You have to turn on this and that, right? Okay, that's opening the altar. And well, when we open the altar, we are dealing with one main higher power, and that is your 轴系. Okay, 轴系 is different from 轴系 that we have been talking about. 轴系, right, is the power in the teen tank level, okay, far away, not local. And the 轴系 is the local highest power. Okay, so that's the like you can say like as a deity that is on location, and when you open altar, you're also connecting to that, and then go from there. Okay, so that's basically what the open altar does. It connects and it brings in the resources, get things prepared, and at least you want like even I'm not doing the god invoking. I would like to report upward and that like everyone be prepared and they know how to help me out. So that's what we do when we do a ceremony. The first thing is you open the altar. And other thing I teach my disciple is that, well, you see, you're like you want to type email, you want to do this and that, okay, but you're not turning on your computer, and that's a big problem, right? So if you want your altar, okay, to actually do what you're doing, like actually listen to you, then you need to turn on the machine, right? Get everyone prepared, ready to go. And it's actually a very quick, like easy way to do so. If you look at my previous videos where I was doing ceremony, to open the altar, it's just like about like 10 seconds or so, and it's done already. So it's so easy, so simple, but people always miss out that. And well, like, yeah, when we're doing magic, like the same kind of magic that we're doing, it could result in like a great effect of almost no effect, depending on like who and how you utilize the power. Who are you getting over to do the job and such? Like, do you know that all that magic you're doing, you're actually requesting the help from the gods and deities, the power above. And if they are not prepared and they cannot hear clearly what you want, that's a big problem. Okay? Because, like, you try to tell someone to help you, but you can't express yourself properly, and of course, the help is not going to be as great. Okay? And sometimes they will help the wrong way as well. You never know, right? But so, yeah, remember that communication is the key. Okay, communication, and opening the altar is also like a way to communicate. Um, it's kind of like saying, okay, you're about to do something with another person, and well, before you actually get into it, you will prepare the person, right? So you go to there and say, okay, now we're both going to like go into the kitchen and do this and that. You prepare everything, and so they're like mentally prepared, right? So once they're mentally prepared, you tell them to do it, they will be able to do it, and it's basic like understanding, okay? So in Taoist Magic and Taoism, you always see people do the like open altar, which is like, oh, they lit the candles, start burning some incense, get a place smoky and such. And let me tell you what, in our lineage, you don't really get that smoky. It's not like that. Okay, sometimes it's like just ding, 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 the bell, and then you're like, okay, pop, 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 on the wood, slap the table, and you already know, okay? It's like beginning of the ceremony, and they know, like the god right there knows you're actually there to do work. It's actually like making everyone aware that you're actually doing work that matters. It's about like communicating, telling the other side, I'm here to do work. And if you know what you're doing and they know what you're doing, that opening the altar. Okay, now, yeah, we do like light the candles and burn some incense, but it's not like very smoky all the time. It's just like 3 incense and you're ready to go. Basically, you're burning incense to tell them, okay, the time has begun. Now, one very interesting question, okay, what if one day we actually run out of incense? And some people will ask me, like, what if one day we don't have incense in this world? Like, people just stop making it, or like the president ban it, whatever. Okay, what if we don't have instance? Can we do magic? Let me tell you what. Okay, yes, we can. Okay, as long as there's a tool that allows me to mark the beginning of time. It could be like an hourglass, a stopwatch, or like you just put. You can make like an hourglass, or what they call it, a sand. I don't know what this called. In It's like an hourglass, but instead of like a glass, it's made of like a sandbox, and things just keep dripping down. Okay, like it works like an hourglass, but you can put like sand or rice or whatever. I don't know if that like how they make it, but anyway, it's something like that. Okay, like a sand device that drips the sand. And well, yeah, it marks the beginning of time and the stop of time. That's enough for magic to work. And basically, yes, you can't go without incense, because it's all about the message that matters. The other gods and deities are talking to you. You can listen to them, they can listen to you. You guys talk, communication, and that's magic. The real magic, the real Taoist magic, is not about like the physical form. It's about the actual thing that is actually going on. Like when you open the altar, like all the gods and deities know, and you, if like you, okay, It's like actually knowing what you're doing. You know your Josie, your God is there. You know they're ready. And when you do work, you can listen and you can actually communicate. And that's what matters. That's the actual magic. Now talking about that, okay. Next episode, I want to talk about like the actual communication that is built after Changsun, and can we get the gods and deities to possess us? So stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.